everyone, my name is Emily, and today I'm going to be painting with, oh god, what do you think I am made of money, $300 watercolor paints. I've actually had these paints for maybe 7 years now, hence why there is some light wear on them. They were actually a gift from my ex-boyfriend and his mom, and I still use and cherish them to this very day. These are the Schincke Horadam Aquarelle 48 half pan set, and they were purchased from Jerry's Artarama for around $300, which is what they are currently listed as, going for $299 American dollars and 19 cents.
Big money!
Now, because I grew up with a delivery driver dad and a greeting card store mom, we didn't have a lot of extra money for luxury items. So when I did receive nice art supplies as a kid, I barely used them in order to preserve their specialness. Sometimes my parents questioned if I ever liked certain gifts because I used them so seldom. And I'm here to say, yes, oh my god, yes, mom and dad, if you are listening, thank you. I cherished that 12-pack of Prismacolor colored pencils you got me for Christmas in like 2004. I cherished them so much that I actually still have them. So that mindset of save, 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 preserve, preserve, preserve was so deeply ingrained into my tiny brain that I am still like that today. That's why there isn't as much wear on these paints as one might expect, knowing they are 7-ish years old and I watercolor paint for a living. You would assume that way of thinking would directly translate onto preserving the original design of the tin. It did not. That being said, the times that I've actually used them, it's like magic. Schincke Horadam was founded in 1881 by Joseph Horadam and Herman Schincke. Not long after the company was founded, Horadam developed a breakthrough in watercolor technology, and the company has been making world-renowned watercolor paints ever since. Within the watercolor community, their name has become synonymous with high quality and the utmost care. These paints are easily rewettable, highly pigmented, archival, and easily preserved. Even after being dried and rewetted multiple times over the course of 7 years, minimal cracking has occurred. They mix very well with one another and leave a pleasant, consistent texture when dried. The more opaque colors appear milky and smooth, where the more transparent colors are perfectly see-through while still being strongly pigmented, like a thinly spun chiffon scarf. There are a few watercolor brands that I love and hold close to my heart, and Schincke Horadam is absolutely one of them. I don't just associate these paints with high quality and opulence, I also associate these paints with sobriety. When I was newly recovering from my addiction all those years ago, just trying to get my life back on track, I took solace in art, specifically watercolor art. Now, I probably had no business owning such expensive watercolors because I was still a newbie back then, but I had people who believed in and supported me, and they wanted to give me something special to motivate me. It was and still is a total privilege to be able to not only use but own these watercolors. So thank you to B and D, the people who bought me these paints. I know you guys are watching, and I just want you to know that these paints still mean the absolute world to me, and I try to take care of them and preserve them as best as I can. Now, I realize these paints are wildly expensive. A single tiny half pan ranges from $5 to $10 American dollars, not including shipping and taxes.
Big money.
I'm not being sarcastic, by the way. That is a ton of money for the amount of product you're getting, and creating a custom palette could make your wallet take a
Big money!
Like, it's not cheap. If you want to purchase some of these watercolors but don't want to break the bank, I have a few suggestions for you. But before we get to that, let's hear from today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community for those of us who love to learn at any level. Skillshare is a huge collective of tens and thousands of different classes for every different genre of creative learning. You can check out everything from music to photography, web design, and my personal favorites, fine art and illustration. Being a busy mom, I really don't have a lot of spare time, but that doesn't mean I have to sacrifice my creativity and desire to learn. Thankfully, most of Skillshare's classes are under 60 minutes and packed full of useful tools to help me get started on a new skill. What's also really great is their classes are affordable, much more inexpensive than any in-person option. This month I dove into interior decorating by taking the class Style Your Space, Creative Tips and Techniques for Interior Design by Emily Henderson. I've recently moved into a new space and have been doing a lot of research surrounding interior design and decorating. Emily Henderson takes the basic pillars of interior decorating and makes them digestible for a wider audience. With her course, I learned how to organize all of my tchotchkes and knickknacks in a way that was both pleasing to myself and others. I still have a lot of work ahead of me, but this course helped me gain a new perspective as I move forward in the personalization process. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description will get 1 month of Skillshare Premium for free. Come and start your creative journey today. Explore with Skillshare. So here are some great alternative options for purchasing these watercolors without breaking the bank. Option 1. eBay or other online marketplace type websites. As long as paints are well taken care of, they can absolutely be purchased used. Make sure the seller has good pictures and a detailed description before you buy. Option 2. Holiday sales. If you're interested in buying a pre-made palette or several half pans at one time, I'd recommend waiting until websites start doing their holiday sales. There's always some kind of holiday or event just around the corner that brands will milk to sell to you. And what's the best way to do that? Have a sale. OMG, happy bring your dog to work day. Woof woof.
Give me money.
Option 3. Coupon codes. Make sure you're signing up for different websites' newsletters. I have an email separate from my personal email that I funnel all of that stuff into. I check it every few days to see if any of my favorite brands have newsletter-exclusive coupon codes. Option 4. Buy bit by bit. This is how I've been able to expand my watercolor collection over the years. Even though my Schincke Horadam watercolors were a gift, I've personally purchased and customized several more expensive palettes just by buying only a few things at a time. I have a collection of Old Holland and Core watercolor tubes that I bought over the course of about 2 years. I started off by buying primary colors so that I could use them to mix other colors while I slowly built up my collection. Even though this may take a while, this method is great because it's incredibly helpful for learning color theory and color mixing. You save money, you learn something new. 2 birds, 1 stone. 2 girls, 1 cup. Everybody wins. The only criticism I have isn't even a criticism of the paints themselves. It's about the tin that they came in. The tin is a basic black, flimsy watercolor palette, and I give it a thumbs down. Not even sad about ruining it with stickers. Schincke Horadam do offer a watercolor set in a wooden box, but it's a full pan set, making the grand total come to $539 American dollars and 99 cents.
Big money!
These watercolors are such high quality, and this brand is so highly respected, so I think the container that these paints come in should reflect that. Look, I'm not asking for 24 karat gold palettes, I'm just asking for options, man. Something a bit more sturdy, something different, something that isn't just like a special anniversary edition palette, something that we can buy all year round. I don't know. I don't mean to gripe, but this is essentially a review video, so I have to put my honest thoughts out there. Anyway, regardless of how you feel about ridiculously expensive paints, this palette holds a special place in my heart, and I want to preserve it as long as humanly possible. I mean, I think I'd like to be buried with it when I die. Can I do that? Can I say that in this video and that be an official request? No, I think I have to put it in my will. Okay, I don't know how we got here, but anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the art in this video. Earlier this year, I came across a vintage palmistry poster and I was like, that is fucking righteous right there. But it was pretty expensive.
Big money!
And I just couldn't justify spending that kind of money on a poster. So I was like, yeah, I can do that. Except I didn't. So, I mean, I sketched it out, obviously, but the sketch just kind of sat in my Procreate gallery for a hot minute, and I'm like, I'll use that eventually. So here we are. Aren't you guys so impressed how much thought I put into the art that goes into these videos? But anyway, I basically just wanted to put my own spin on a palmistry poster, and that is kind of where it ends. Honestly, the motivation for like 90% of the stuff that I make is I want it in my house. I'll see something in real life that I'm inspired by, and I'll take that idea home and I'll put my own spin on it, and then I will put it in my house like I am a fucking bird. Look at my nest. Ain't it beautiful? Don't you want to sleep with me? Look at all this shiny shit. Look at it. Aren't you amazed? Please love me. Yeah, so pretty much that's where all my inspiration comes from. So anyway, don't forget to boop the like button, comment if you got something to say, and subscribe if you think you can stand me for more than just one video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to stay out of trouble. See you guys later. Hey guys, we've got new limited edition merch in the store. Check it out.